Shohei Ohtani, Muhammad Ali, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Phelps, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, and then there's this guy who looks like my math teacher. 4 nights ago, he hit this shot late in the 4th and heckled Sixers fans. And 2 nights ago, he made his debut with the Warriors and was waving the Cavs fans goodbye. From lacrosse to basketball, from LinkedIn to NBA, from playing with sticks to playing with Steph Curry, we're talking about Pat Spencer, who's the best athlete that you've never heard about. This was Pat Spencer in high school, alright? And this guy was a dwarf. This guy was like 5'4", alright? This guy was shorter than my dick, and I'm Asian. This is live footage of Pat Spencer playing basketball in high school, alright? Absolute athlete right here. What a beast. Look at this guy. Nah, but seriously, he was actually 5'4", 120 pounds, and he wanted to play basketball. It was like his first love, but he couldn't because, you know, like Kyler Murray. Like, this guy was so short, he was cut from JV, alright? He wasn't gonna play basketball until he grew. So while he was busy praying for height like every Filipino, he was playing lacrosse, and he was a good lacrosse player. So good that he committed to Loyola, alright? Look at how happy he is. Absolutely thrilled to play lacrosse. You could tell this guy wanted to play basketball just by his eyes in this photo. But then he reaches his senior year of high school and he hits a massive growth spurt. All right, he gets all the way up to 6 foot. And this is when he came to a realization.
I realized that I could have played hoops at a really high level senior year of high school. And
absolutely electric stuff right there. What an entertaining speaker. He probably just tanked my average view duration. So he finally makes the basketball team, and while he's still playing lacrosse, he's becoming a dominant 2-sport athlete. All right, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got footage. Here we go. Let's get the mixtape rolling. Let me see something. Spin move. Fader in his mouth. Coming down the lane. Oh, wide open 3. You can't leave a white boy open for 3. Oh, he missed it. That's not even him. That's Pat Spencer! Oh my god, I was so racist. I thought he was the one shooting the 3, but this is Pat Spencer, alright? He starts dominating in high school. He averaged 15 points, but he didn't get any full-ride scholarships to play basketball, so he fulfills his commitment to Loyola, alright? Here he is playing lacrosse. And in his freshman year, he had the most prolific freshman season by a Loyola player. Tied the school single-season record with 89 points, which was a record all the way back to 1981. And despite being so dominant at lacrosse, he still considered switching to basketball. He even called his high school coach to talk about it. He'd grown to 6'3" at this point. Hold on, let me update the height chart. There's Pat Spencer right there, man. All right, he's up to 6'3" now. He says it himself. He had a great freshman year, great friends, great everything. But that effing itch for basketball was killing me, all right? This guy wanted to play basketball. However, he still couldn't play because he was so good at lacrosse that he actually felt guilty about leaving his team because he was their main star player. So he ends up playing 4 years of lacrosse at Loyola, and this guy becomes the GOAT. He set records, becoming the NCAA all-time leader in assists. Good for 2nd all-time on the career points list. This guy was so good, he won the Tewaaraton Award, which is like the Heisman Trophy of lacrosse. This guy was deemed as the Lamar Jackson of lacrosse. We gotta see some of his highlights. Oh my god, spin move. Oh my god. What? That was nasty. D1 leader in assists. Bro, what? Do any of you guys play lacrosse? Is that normal? What is this guy doing? What is happening? This guy was so good at lacrosse, he became the unanimous #1 overall pick in the Professional Lacrosse League, the PLL.
Yeah, with the first pick, the Archers Lacrosse Club take Pat Spencer from Loyola.
How much of a consideration is the situation that Ryan just laid out?
What an exciting draft. But he's still got this itch, alright? He still misses his first love. His goal is the NBA, alright? His main focus is basketball, and he would have played basketball and lacrosse at Loyola if it was allowed, but the schedule was too intertwined. So all he could do in his 4 years at Loyola was play with the intramural team, alright? And it wasn't scratching his itch enough, so he decided to use his grad transfer eligibility, which gives you 1 year to go play basketball as a grad student, alright? He linked up with this guy, Jimmy Patson, who was the former head coach at Loyola. He was so blown away at how he moved, it reminded him of the time he saw NHL legend Wayne Gretzky play in person. And the thing that I realized about Pat Spencer while I was researching him is that he's got a lot of confidence. When you go from 5'4" to 6'3", a lot of confidence out of nowhere comes out, alright? And he wasn't interested in playing for any mid-major programs, only wanted to play at the highest level, meaning a Power 5 conference or the Big East. This guy's shooting for the moon. So he ends up at Northwestern. All right, I don't know why he doesn't like to smile, but he's at Northwestern. I promise you he's happy. And his head coach at Northwestern compares him to the kinds of Michael Jordans and Kobe Bryants. This guy must have had his nudes or something, because I don't know if I've heard anyone compared to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Wayne Gretzky, but Pat Spencer had all the confidence in the world, alright? People think I'm doing this as an athlete who had a pretty good lacrosse career, and people haven't seen me play basketball, so they can form their opinions on my basketball game without having any idea what I can do on the floor. But I'm telling you guys, after you see this clip, you'll know that this guy could absolutely play basketball, alright? Then he declares for the draft. Alright, now this guy, he's 6'3" and he's white, so you're not getting picked. So he ends up flying from Baltimore all the way to Hamburg in Germany. Had a little layover in Iceland, but anyways, he plays pro ball in Hamburg for the Hamburg Towers. Alright, you can tell he's in the trenches, but he's still getting buckets. Alright, and most importantly, he's living the dream. Alright, he's playing pro basketball. What he always wanted to do when he was a 5'4" dwarf. Alright, he's sort of completing his dream, but he wasn't fully satisfied because he hadn't made the NBA. And his mom starts having these doubts, alright? He's 6'3", he's white, he's in Germany. He literally would have been the GOAT in lacrosse, and you're out here playing basketball in Hamburg. What in the hell are you doing? You're not making the league, alright? That's pretty much what his mom is saying, but Pat Spencer says he's a believer that if you've got a passion, you've got to pursue it, alright? That David Goggins ad quote. So after 3 months in Germany, his parents are like, alright, enough with the Hamburg. You're coming back to America, and you're gonna fly out to Las Vegas for the summer league, alright? He went to network like a LinkedIn student looking for a coffee chat. This guy straight up just walked up to Washington Wizards GM Tommy Shepard and asked him for a job. And he ended up making the team, alright? The Capital City Go-Go, which is the Wizards' G League team, but he was kind of trapped there. At first he doesn't play, and you can kind of see why. I mean, let's just be honest. He doesn't look like a basketball player. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. Look at this dude right here, man. He don't believe. He doesn't see it. But after a few DMPs, he spoke up for himself, right? This is where his confidence comes in. He talked to his coaches and he says, respectfully, I didn't come out here for an effing vacation. You see me the whole summer, what am I doing? The coaches respond, it's just whatever the front office tells us. He was like, F that. Tell the front office I'm playing these last 2 games. And this is how Pat Spencer explains the story himself.
I played with the Go-Go for a year, didn't get a ton of time there, but learned a lot about how the league operates. And then, got the call to come to Summer League with the Wizards, which was great. Got a few DNPs and wasn't too pumped about it. But ended up finally getting a chance to play in like the last couple Summer League games, and one of them happened to be the Warriors. We played the Pacers and the Warriors. Had a great game against the Warriors and got the call the next day to come into training camp and get after it. So
once again, absolutely electrifying. But the Go-Go sent Pat Spencer to the Warriors in a draft pick swap. I didn't even know you could do this in the G League. The Go-Go acquired a 1st and 2nd round draft pick from the Warriors in exchange for Pat Spencer and a 2022 2nd round draft pick. He averaged 3 points, 2 assists across 9 games. Alright, so it wasn't like he was anything flashy, but they sent the 1st round pick for him. So the Warriors' G League team, Santa Cruz, they saw something in him, and he starts getting buckets. Alright, here he is, career high 34 on 59% in a Warriors win. This is the phase where not a lot of NBA fans will see, where they're just grinding in the G League, not getting paid a lot of money, just hooping, trying to make their dream come true, alright? This is the grind. So he's close, alright? From lacrosse to Germany to the Go-Go City. He is now so close to his NBA dream, alright? And finally, he makes his NBA debut. Golden State Warriors, call him up. There he is! He's grabbing a board! Making his debut. He played 2 minutes in garbage time. 2 months later, he gets back in the game in garbage time. This is his first career points. Cherry picking, weak ass dunk. White man can't jump ass dunk. Just kidding! He said, let me catch a body! Oh my god, backdoor cut. Ah, Walker Kessler! Ah, lacrosse athlete in the building. This guy's got hot. He starts getting respect from his peers, alright? Draymond Green, 4-time champ, former defensive player of the year, says Pat is a damn good basketball player. He dropped me off so bad when I was coming back from my calf injury. It was embarrassing. This guy's out here crossing up defensive player of the years, and he even gets in the game in the playoffs, alright? This is the 2nd quarter. They're only down by 10. Look at him getting a bucket right here on the Rockets. 2024 was his year, alright? He had an absolute insane ride, made it to the NBA, he's played in the playoffs. But fast forward to last week, this guy starts aura farming. Late in the game at Philadelphia, the Warriors are only up by 1. No Steph, no Jimmy Butler, no Draymond. Pat Spencer does this. 3-ball! Bang! And after this shot, he turns around and he lets the crowd know. This is Sixers fans he's talking to. And then he gets his first career NBA start, where he puts up 19 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, plus 9. Hits a 3 over defensive player of the year, Evan Mobley. Tells the Warriors to pay me. Pay him! This guy's celebration game is elite. He beats the Cavs by himself. No Steph, no Jimmy, no Draymond. His first career start, and he starts waving the fans goodbye. Look at Darius Garland face. I can't believe it. It's okay, Pods. Pat Spencer is here. Pat Spencer and Pods had to be separated after the game. Spencer walked past him and said, "No need to shower." Pat Spencer is Linsanity for sales, bro. This guy's low-key always been a D1 crash out, but his confidence has gotten him to this point. Steve Kerr's dumb man finally realizes he's a good basketball player.
That his coach realized that Pat is that motherfucker. You know, I think that became clear.
So while Steph Curry is out, Pat Spencer is officially the starting point guard of the Golden State Warriors. And he's on an absolute tear. 17, 5, and 3 over the last 3 games. White boy of the year right here. Although he looks like your math teacher or your car salesman, he is officially an NBA player. The first person to switch sports just because he felt like it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. I wish I could be Pat Spencer one day, man. Can I go from YouTuber to Hooper?